It has been brought to my attention that the US dollar is actually unalived. There will be no more dollars. Like, mostly everything that has been placed underneath a bill, whether it's $100, $50, $20, $5, $1, it's all being placed into a digital way now. So now everything is like a digital currency, if you can understand that. It'll be online, mostly everything being direct deposit. It's a little different. Things are changing. But if you think about it, just the way that we've been speaking about how your enemies have been trying to take away your wealth, take away the things that you've been doing. Now things are shifting. So even the money and the value of what the money that they have now is starting to change. It's like it's really irrelevant for what they have been doing to us in this life. We're definitely in a time where I told you, it's like the Most High prepares us for the things that are to come. So if we have been in a place where we've been stagnant or things haven't been moving the way that they should, now it's almost as if, okay, well, we were already prepared because things have been stagnant for us. But now that those that been stealing that generational wealth, they have to realize now those things that they have been taking from the chosen ones have to be converted into the wealth that is actually in current, like the digital currency. So it's not even the same anymore. Things are going to be shifted. So really, they really didn't even have a win over us at all. It was never a win. They would never win over us anyway. So now that we see that things have shifted and things are actually already shifting, if you look at Fed Now, and that's FEDNOW, Fed Now. If you check that out, they're switching the dollar bills over to digital currency, and things have shifted to where it's not, the value of a dollar is not the same anymore. And you know exactly what I'm talking about. There's some things that are actually taking place to where people are having to stock up again. They're having to look into the future to where they have to feel like they have to get ready for something. There's something that they have to prepare for. And it's actually created fear among those that are not chosen. Of course, those that are chosen, we know already that these things were to come anyway, that things would shift. And now we understand. Like now it's actually taking place. Like, okay, the things that we already knew is now taking place. So we already knew what to prepare for. But those that didn't know, they will go into a sudden panic. They will go into a place of fear, to where they're fearing for their life because of the things I told you. The things that they've done is actually shifting over. The things they did to you are actually shifting over into a place of where they're in your position, but they don't know what to do because they don't know to reach out to the Most High. Things have shifted. Things are changing, and the blessings of the Lord make us as the chosen ones rich, and he adds no sorrow to it because we know exactly what we're doing. It's such an amazing feeling because we know who the Most High is. We know who to turn to. You know that he provides. We've always had our trust in him. Even when we didn't have trust in him, it was still there in our subconscious that we would prepare and know to keep our trust in him. But these individuals who have been taking from us are realizing now that, okay, it's actually shifting. So those that are elite, those that have been in the dark about the situation, stealing and thieving and manipulating people's energy, manipulating people's dollar bills so that they can have, okay, it's just going to be totally different. I'm just so excited because, and I know we shouldn't rejoice in these things, but it just lets us know that what we done and what we went through is not in vain anymore. It never was in vain because they can't get over on us regardless, because now that everything is shifting, they're having to stock up. They're having to make sure that everything they have is in their home so they won't run out. But we know as the chosen ones that God will provide. The Most High is going to provide for us. We're going to be great regardless of the situation. It just ails me to know that they think that what they do will never ever turn back to them, that they would not ever be held accountable for the things that they have been doing, but they're definitely being held accountable for the things that have been going on. I don't care who it is, whether it is the elite, whether it is the people that are working these spiritual powers of darkness, the occult, all of that, whatever it is, it all has to work out for the good of them that love God, who are called according to the purpose and the plan of God. Because we know that those that are chosen, those that are the select few, will know exactly what to do. We know how to move, baby. We be moving in advance because we already know what's up. We're not tripping. We're not stressing. We're like, okay, we trust in the Most High, so we good. It's all good. So now at this point, so as we continue to see that the digital currency is taking place in Fed now, we realize now that, listen, there's nothing we can do, but we know that we serve a power that is higher than anything, higher than any corporation, anything that could take place in this life. We're able to be aware that we are able to get through it and get to it, and we're here to prepare and help each other. But we don't worry about tomorrow. That's the thing about it. We do not worry about tomorrow. Only thing we're thinking about is what the Most High has given us today, because we know that He will help us and bless us for the next day. It's always give us this day our daily bread. It's going to be this day, and not worrying about the next day, because we're thinking of and focusing on this day. So what happens tomorrow is not even of our concern, because we know that the Most High is going to do something different for the chosen ones. Things are going to shift. And even now that we know that our enemies wanted us to not be here at this time, the plan of the enemy was to get rid of you from the jump. It's also to get rid of you now because you're still here. So they've been working extra hard to get rid of you, to get rid of your resources, your plans, the plans that the Most High has for you. That is indeed their plans, and that's the plots that they've been facing. So whatever's been happening, maybe you've lost revenue, maybe you've lost subscribers, maybe you lost your job, your home, whatever it was. That was the plans of the enemy. But God has something that happens that is more it happens as a reverse. Okay, so it's something that reverses itself, and it's like, okay, spirit, we know only the Most High can do this, because the enemy can't do that. The enemy can't just reverse something. He can try, but his power is way different from the Most High's power, and the Most High's power is way more greater than his. So as we proceed to see the things that are happening in the economy, we know that now that we're able to continue to grow in such a prestigious way. We know that things are happening not even by chance, but by the Most High, by the power and the spiritual beings that are around us that protect us every day, that we are able to continue to keep going and be controlled by only the Most High, but not to be controlled by those that are over this world, those that are connected to the evil darkness, the evil powers of darkness. It don't matter what they're doing. I'm telling you, if you think about it, it does not matter what they're doing. They're going to show you each and every day that there's something that you need to be afraid of, that you need to, help, keep doing. I'm not going to say pray, because they don't want you to pray. They want you to be worried and running like a chicken with its head cut off. I'm just saying that's what they want you to do. So we do not fear man. We fear God, because we know that the Lord can actually change things and shift things. He can actually be the one who makes things worse upon our enemies, and he can do the same for us if we're not in accordance of what he's saying. So that's why we're supposed to fear the Most High. It's not that we're supposed to be scared of him, but we fear because we know that if we're doing wrong, things could shift for us in a dramatic way, just like it will for our enemies. But the Most High comes through for his chosen ones. He continues to show up and show out for the chosen ones. He can shift the perspective and shift things for us so that we can have what we need. He gives us the daily bread, our daily manna, the things that we need. So there's no reason for us to stress out about what's going on in the economy, but he does make us aware so we can know and see that thou prepares a table before us in the presence of our enemies. So while your enemies are going through it, and while they're shocked, while they're running around like that there's nothing they can do, they're afraid, we have a table that is prepared before us in the presence of them, so that they can see that if they would have stayed with the Most High, if they would have turned to Him, they would have been okay too. So hopefully we can be an inspiration to them. We can inspire those who actually have been against us this whole time. Rejoice not in the things that are happening to your enemies, but rejoice in what the Lord has brought you out of, knowing that He's pulled you out of the darkness, knowing that He's not going to leave you nor forsake you. That's what you rejoice in. Those things that happen to your enemies are things that just show you, it's almost an example of what the Most High shows us, that, hey, listen, if you do this, this is the result. And this is the result of what happens. Even though they have taken over a lot of the wealth of the chosen ones, that doesn't matter anymore, because now that the Most High is allowing the enemy, this is the enemy's doing, but the Lord will allow, just like He did in Job, He allowed the enemy to do something. So He's allowing these things to shift to where it feels like the money that they have stolen from you have turned into almost chunk change. There's nothing that they're receiving more than you. You may see that people may have more views. They may have more income coming in their home. They may have more things in their home. They may have more things than you in their life, but it's going to be devalued. And I feel like within my heart and within my soul that this is the Lord's doing, because He's showing them, even though you have stolen what I have given my people, you have stolen the generational wealth and the inheritance of my people, I'm changing the dollar sign to look different than what it really is. Now it's less value than what you have in your bank account. You really thought you were getting over on the 144,000, but that is not the truth. Now you see that when you mess with the Most High and His people, nothing good can come out of it.